Okay, guys, I'm having a lot of people tell me that they're not feeling good in many different ways. And I don't know if that's what they call ascension symptoms, but I'm going to call it that. I hate the word ascension because it implies you're getting better, going up, improving, and that's just not so. It's more sideways than it is up. There's no such thing as up or sideways because it's all right here. But we're going to have to use what human words we have. So I will use ascension sickness because these symptoms are going to be different for everyone. There might be some similarity across the board, but it is not surprising that you guys are getting hit right now. I've had a couple people ask me about what the downloads are about. Look, guys, when divine masculine and feminine came and hit this planet, divine anything is more powerful than you can even wrap your head around. And divine feminine and masculine are on the planet now doing its job. And those actually have consciousnesses themselves as well. Everything does. So they are doing work. You can tap into it if you'd like, or you don't have to. But they are doing what they're doing. So divine feminine and divine masculine came on the planet, and they are assimilating the undivine, because the divine has no judgment. In its opinion, there is no undivine. There's just itself that was identified by humans as undivine masculine, undivine feminine. To them, it is just another part of themselves, just a part of themselves that they are now assimilating back into who they are. That's got to be done before they can balance, and then they will eventually merge. You won't be around probably for that, but this is a big thing, and it's not just happening on this planet. It's happening across a lot of areas in the lower 4D areas. This is happening because the Earth isn't the only one that's having a game here. There's a lot of other planets, universes, etc., that are having games that this will affect. Everything affects everything, and this is a big everything. This is a big thing, so it affects everything tremendously, and that means you too. So, if you try to approach this like you do a lot of things, and you try to figure out what the downloads are, and you try to think about them, and you try to organize them, and you try to figure out what they mean, you're going to be in trouble. And the more you do that, the more uncomfortable you're going to be. Because simply, these energies are so big that if you try thinking about them, your human brain just isn't big enough. And especially stuck in linear time-space, there's no way it can begin to understand what's going on from a technical standpoint. So you have to just be at the point where you go, I got this, they got this, we are all one, and you just kind of flow with it. And Michelle and I were talking about it. She brought up several days ago that, you know how she's so lyrical, and she said it was like a feather hurricane. Now, she's always dancing on top of things, so that's what it felt like to her. I told her that it felt like to me that I was surfing a giant wave, but instead, and I was doing okay, I'm balancing okay, I'm doing good, and it's great fun, but it's become not a giant wave anymore. It's like I'm surfing a giant hurricane. And I can look around me and I can see that if I were to fall off that surfboard and lose my balance, I would not fare well. My body would not be in good shape. So I encourage all of you to make yourself a surfboard and surf this energy. Don't try to think about this energy. It is too big for you to figure out. Mario is kind of instrumental in bringing in the divine masculine, and he did that with ayahuasca, and he has no memory of it, but he just, after it, he just developed this knowing that is developed very, very rapidly, and he just accepts it. He just goes with whatever the knowing is, he just goes with it. And that's the idea of this. When you're dealing with this kind of thing, you're talking about huge input that you cannot think about and figure out. If you do, the more you try to figure out what the downloads are, what the information is, the more you try to figure it out, think about it, the more uncomfortable your body will become. So the way out about it is be soft, be gentle, be kind, have fun, pamper yourself, get a lot of rest, drink good water, eat good food. If your body feels tired, good grief. If your body feels tired, then lay down and get some rest. Listen to what your body needs, but don't think about this. This is all good. If you're one of those that wants to fly to 5D, this is all extremely good for us. It will also be good for everybody else in their games. It answers everybody's desires, but it's exceptionally good news for those of us that are flying to 5D. If you don't analyze it, just let it be. Know that that's what's going on, and it really is changing everything. But all you've got to do is jump on board. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to help. Believe me, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine does not need your help. All you're going to do is you're going to try to merge with them, so to speak, to balance your own, to bring in Divine Masculine and Feminine into your own life and assimilate the undefined without judgment and balance those. That's your job. If you do that, don't worry about this other energy. The only thing that matters is that you do what it's doing so you can match it. Until you match it, and you're trying really hard to raise, you'll be uncomfortable in body. So that's your job. Do what it's doing, match it. What it's doing you can't comprehend, so don't worry about it. Your job is to bring in Divine Masculine and Feminine, and that means analyzing everything you do. So the little things like, oh, he's being a pussy, undivine, undivine. Or she throws like a girl, undivine. Or little boys, you can't cry, undivine. Stop that shit. Don't judge it. Say thank you very much for being there. Appreciate you helping us in 3D. But you join us now. We're all going to be one. We're going to understand that those things were done and why. But now you're a part of us, and we're going to take it to that next level. All right? Make sense? Alrighty then. Somebody wrote something, and I'm sorry, I cannot read anything because I'm driving, and I'm not even sure if this is legal. Although I'm not really using my hand, so it should be okay, but I'm not sure. And I just passed a cop, but this was way down, so hopefully I won't get arrested and thrown in jail. Naya, thrown in jail in Virginia. Is that where I said I was? I'm so confused. Alright guys, let's hit him. We'll cut this off. Love you bunches. Bye now.